The Oklahoma City Thunder are the favorites to land Nic Claxton in the free agency period of the 2024 offseason. And does he really fit into the Thunder's game plan and scheme offensively and defensively? What up? I'm Bryson Akins here at Thunder Digest. Before I get into the video, I just want to mention this real quick. 90% of you guys that are coming back and watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Hey, if you guys love the content, you keep on coming back, you might as well hit that subscribe button. If you don't want to, that's cool. But it does help out if you hit that subscribe button. Keeps you up to date on all your Thunder news. Trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the month. We're almost there. We're at 183. I know we can hit that. But we'll go ahead and get into the video now. Get that out of the way. You heard me right. All right. First few seconds, you heard me right there. The thumbnail's not lying. The title's not lying either. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the favorites to land Nic Claxton. Yep. Claxton to the Thunder. It's confirmed. I'm joking. It's not confirmed. But it is looking highly favorable to the Oklahoma City Thunder now that we're potentially going to land him in free agency. Potentially. It looks very likely, as you can see here in a post by the Dunk Central. The Oklahoma City Thunder are favorites to acquire Nic Claxton should he depart from Brooklyn. And you look at the odds here, plus 225 for the Thunder, then 325 to the Pelicans, which is interesting. We'll talk about that later. The Raptors plus 800, Spurs plus 950, and Wizards plus 1,000. And so, now, you also have to read that in between the lines. That is if and should he depart from Brooklyn. He already stated he wants to go back, but if the Thunder offer him this contract and with how successful the Thunder can be in the playoffs this year, depending on how far we go, he could want to come over to the Thunder and then win a ring. I guess that's simple. And some of you guys are thinking, oh, what about the contract and everything? How is that going to look? Here's an article from the New York Daily Times. This is an exciting time for Nic Claxton, not because the weeks ahead will be filled with some much needed rest and relaxation with loved ones after a grueling 82-game slate, but because the Nets center is about to get paid. Claxton's 2-year, $17.2 million contract just expired, and he will have no restrictions when free agency opens in July. He was projected to command at least $21 million per year, according to reports. I think it's exciting for me, at least, Claxton said. I know everybody's situation is different, but for me, personally, it's fun, it's exciting, the unknown of everything. And yeah, that is a decently hefty contract, $21 million a year. I think we'd sign him for probably 2-3 years. I'm thinking two. I'm thinking two, have him paired with Chet for last 2 years of his rookie contract as well. Personally, if I was Presti, that's what I would do. And I have been saying this for weeks now, ever since free agency rumors have started with some teams already being out of playoff contention, then some teams being done in the playoffs, such as Klay Thompson. I've been saying it for weeks now. I think this is the guy that the Thunder should go after. I think he fits in well. I'll tell you guys in a little bit and everything that, why I think that as well. But I do think this is our number one priority, this free agency. Go get Nic Claxton. And I'm also going to show you now. We're going to go ahead and get into it now that I got the rumors out of the way and showed you all. Where's your source? Where's the source? Trust me, bro. Those are the sources, all right? It's not some trust me, bro source. It's actual reports out there, actual articles saying that the Thunder are favorites to land Claxton should he depart from Brooklyn. And so now we'll go ahead and get into this next part. Does he fit with the squad? And you guys are probably wondering, offensively, defensively, just also size-wise, what does he really even bring to this Thunder squad? And I'll show you guys real quick what he brings. All right, he brings a 6'11", 215-pound frame, first off. That is impressive. Secondly, he's another young player we can add to the squad. He just turned 25 not too long ago, so he's a young guy who's just hitting the prime of his career as well. Then you look at the stats. These are the really impressive numbers right here. 12 points per game. Now, they could be better, but we don't need him offensively since we have Chet there offensively. We need him defensively. When you look at the rebound numbers, oh my gosh, 10 rebounds a game. That will help out a ton for this Thunder squad alone right there. 2.1 assists per game. So he's a center. All right, we're not worried about his assist numbers. And then 63% shooting numbers. 63% from the field. That was 5th in the entire league. And so you're wondering, does he even really fit with our, offensive scheme there? Yes, he does, because if you think about it, the shots we take are highly efficient shots and everything. They're highly efficient shots. They're good takes, whatnot. We're trying to get open looks and shots we know we can hit down on a daily basis, even if there is a hand in our face. And Nicholas Claxton knows that well, shooting the 5th best in the league with 63% from the field. And so clearly he knows his spots, and he shoots at a highly efficient rate at that point. And also, we need rebounding. When you think about it, we're a small team. We are a very small team, and we need rebounding. Chet being our biggest player, but yet he doesn't really have size to his frame compared to Nicholas Claxton. Now, he's a little bit undersized for a center, 6'11". It's kind of like J. Will's size, but this could be someone we could add into the starting lineup as well. When you look at players that we have coming up on the roster next year, these are confirmed. Or not necessarily confirmed, but you see these red numbers right here. Those are team options, and it wouldn't surprise me if we pick up every single one of those. Maybe besides Lindy Waters III, that'd be the only one I don't see us picking up. But the rest, I definitely do see us picking up, like Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins. But when you look at it, our size will have Chet Holmgren, our biggest player. He'll be our starting center for sure. Then Kenrich Williams. All right, he's a power forward. He's very small, though. He's very small. He doesn't really do everything for us. He doesn't do what we need him to do when he comes off the bench. We need boards. We need boards from our power forwards and centers when they come into the game. And then you have Jalen Williams, who's also a budget guy for us, getting him in the 2nd round of the 2022 draft, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it was 2022. But he does well. He's just not a serviceable starter in this league. He's just being honest. He's not. He's got decent size. He's just not really starter material. He's a great backup center. I think he's one of the better backup centers or forwards in the league just because of what he brings defensively. Offensively, he can shoot the ball decently. He can definitely shoot the ball a little better than some other centers out there. But defensively and his mindset, just the IQ he has on the court helps out so much with the Thunder team when he's in with that second squad that he makes himself one of the best backup bigs in the entire NBA, I believe. And then you guys are also thinking, are there other options that we could go out there and get besides Nicholas Claxton? Because Claxton is around J. Will's height, but I do think he would be thrown in the starting lineup. And then we might move. It's either going to be Giddey or Dort that gets moved to the bench, if that's the case. I think it's Giddey. I think Giddey gets moved to the bench because he would be one of the best bench players in the league. He might be able to win 6th Man of the Year if that's the case. He's very, very good. Like people forget that all the time that Giddey's a good player, but he would take his spot and everything, and that would turn us into a bigger team, and we don't have to play small ball as much. Although we do well playing small ball. Then I'm also going to bring it up now. These are other centers that we could potentially try to go get in free agency. And when I look at the list, I do think Claxton is the best option. When you look at it, age included and projected contract as well. Look at it. Jonas Valanciunas, who we're playing against right now, he's proven himself to be a traditional center, big-time big, being physical down low, getting a ton of boards, and just staying in the paint, trying to get bump shots no matter what. Even then, I kind of don't like it fitting into our scheme and everything, just because when you look at his age, 32 years old, that's not really going to cut it compared to Nicholas Claxton being 25. Then you have other guys there that are not really, I don't want to say on the younger or older side, but when you look at it, you have Rashawn Holmes, who he has a player option. I think he might take that option. I think he could, but he's also getting up there in age, and I don't really think he fills out with this squad. I don't think he fits in. The only guys I see fitting in with the squad would be Claxton, Hartenstein, and Wagner. Those are the only 3 guys I see fitting in with this Oklahoma City Thunder team. I think Claxton is the best option out of every single one of these guys, and he's going to be a big-time player in the league, I feel like. I'm very high on Nicholas Claxton, but I'm also high on Wagner and Hartenstein. I'm high on them both. But I think the Magic, especially after this season, they'll pick him back up for Wagner. And then Hartenstein, it wouldn't surprise me if he tries to re-sign with the Knicks. I do think Nicholas Claxton is very attainable for the Thunder. I think this is the guy that I truly think turns us into a dynasty for the next 3 to 4 years if we get him. I believe that, and I have faith that he can lead us to a championship or two while he's with the squad. We already have potential to win one this year, and without him, however, adding him into the team just puts us above every single other team in the league. It puts us on the same tier level of games that we'll win with the Boston Celtics. And the Boston Celtics play in a weak Eastern Conference at the moment. The Eastern Conference is not that tough. It isn't. It isn't. No offense to the Knicks. I love the Knicks. They have a great thing going on over there, and they're a good team. It's just that that's your second best team in the Eastern Conference. It's just kind of one of those things where I think we would be a 60-plus win team when we get Claxton in the Western Conference, and it's one of the toughest Western Conferences we've seen in a very, very long time. But that's my whole 2 cents on this whole situation. I think the Thunder need to go get Claxton because he's young and he fits well with the scheme offensively and defensively. He fills that rebounding hole that we're missing in our starting lineup. But that's all I got for today's video. Once again, if you stayed this whole time, hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to stay up to date for your Oklahoma City Thunder news here on Thunder Digest. I'll catch you guys in the next video.